Can y'all hear me? I began Europe with no desire to finish. In the year before I applied to the program, I was evicted from my home and left homeless. My 2-year relationship ended, and I was fired from my job. Abdul Kalam, former president of India, said, "When we tackle obstacles, we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we did not know we had." If you told me this on the first day of the program, I would not have believed you. The responsibilities were going to be too much to handle given everything I was going through, and I was not going to succeed. So why did I feel so defeated before I even started? I am one of 5 children of Miss Cheryl Shaw, born and raised in Medford, Massachusetts. As a child, I was a jokester who loved basketball. I played on competitive travel teams, I was an honor roll student, and I was a huge gamer. All things considered, my life was pretty good. When I was 7 years old, my house burned down. It was a normal weeknight in April and a horrible accident. The house was completely lost, and this feeling of loss became unshakable. Over the next few years, I lost my grandmother, my love of school, and my enthusiasm for life. At one point, our house was even rebuilt, but due to financial circumstances, we lost it again. I was confident that nothing would ever fall back into place. Back to Abdul Kalam. Remember him in his quote? He also said, "It is when we are faced with failure that we realize that these resources were always there." Here I was, faced with failure upon failure, and there was no sign of any resources that may help. This feeling of helplessness stayed with me as I went through my year of orientation. During learning and development phase, I struggled to get accustomed to the student contract, our system of rules and accountability. I knew I wanted to meet the expectations of the program, but with numerous distractions outside of class, it was difficult. I was a full-time employee at Starbucks, working in classes from 8:30 to 3:30, and trying to be the brother and son I know that I am. Every Friday, the program manager on the learning community reads out all student infractions and point totals in front of the entire class. My points had started to slip, and my ability to earn an internship was in jeopardy. I enjoyed the program, but was losing sight of my mission and the end goal. I remember returning home that night after hearing my points and talking to myself and saying, "Is this what you want for the rest of your life? You can continue to struggle for years, pave paths towards more failure, or you can hurry up and make this better." When realizing that the end goal was feasible, I knew I had to get my act together. With hard work and dedication, I was able to land an internship at Harvard Business School. Determined to capitalize on this opportunity, I found it in myself to be the best intern that I could be. I wanted to represent Europe well and make sure that the next group of interns can get the same opportunity that I did. Abdul Kalam said, "We have resources within us." He also said, "We only need to find them and move on with our lives." After numerous failures and questioning this program, I stand here on the brink of moving on with my life. So what resources have I gained? I uncovered my dedication for networking. I was able to meet with various executives and professionals across all types of industries. I found stability. When I felt like I could only depend on myself, I was able to foster some everlasting relationships with my LC members. I reignited my passions. I'll never forget the last day of L&D at Potluck, where I was able to display my talents as an artist. I recognize my ability to lead. I am proud to be someone that my community, LC Achieve, look to for advice and guidance. Lastly, I found that loss, something that seemed to follow me around everywhere, would not define me as a person. One last time, Abdul Kalam said, "When we tackle obstacles, we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we did not know we had. And it is only when we are faced with failure that we realize that these resources were always there. We only need to find them and move on with our lives." Year Up gave me the space to recognize resiliency and courage in myself that were always there. Standing before you as a graduate of this program, I am confident that I am ready to move on and to pass this opportunity to the next group of young adults who may not be so sure of themselves just yet. Thank you.